just crushing the Pogi Gang. Do you think we'll be able to see a comeback this second game on Icebox? Gutty, what do you think?
It's tough to say. You really have to have a strong mental game if you're going to shake off a 13-1 loss and come out swinging in map number 2. If there's any consolation prize, it's that Icebox has not been a streamed map throughout the whole course of the tournament. In fact, I'm not even sure if it has been picked throughout the course of the tournament. I would need to double check with our people behind the scenes for that, but definitely it has not been streamed. So I'm really hoping to see if they have some secret techniques in their back pocket because it hasn't been played very much, because it's a bit of a newer map. Maybe they have some strats cooked up that is going to catch Juicy off guard.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Maybe this is Pogi's pocket pick. Maybe they've just been hiding this because Icebox, as far as I know, is not a map that people tend to favor. So they've got a strong presence on this map. It could really catch Team Juicy off guard. But we are seeing the picks start to come out now, and we're seeing holy aggression on the side of Team Pogi Gang. Phoenix, Reyna, Jet, Raze, and Yoru versus a pretty standard squad. Reyna, Jet, Omen, Sova, Sage. Very solid setup, but wow, what a series of aggressive picks from Pogi Gang. I'd like to see them make good use of those.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm really excited for this Yoru out of Story. This is a pick that he has been tearing it up with throughout the course of the tournament. Some of his biggest highlight reel moments were on this agent, so really excited to see what he can do now, running it back on the Yoru, back to maybe his comfort pick, or at least a pocket pick, if not that. I'm really excited to see what he can do, what sort of plays he can make against the skilled squad that is Juicy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they can make it work. Starting on attack, it's definitely a viable strategy to just bum rush it with a bunch of duelists and initiators and try to get something done. We'll see if they'll be able to do it. A pistol round early would be pretty huge in terms of getting them up on this map. You can see them all starting towards that A site, streaming in. Defenders taking a couple pot shots, nothing too much yet. Unico does manage to take out Juicy Sushi though, but Bikes trades him out.
Jamie getting aggressive up here. Nothing so far. The defense just opting to give up some room in the site. Bikes picks up that kill on Jamie. We slow down a little bit, but now here are the peaks in Story. Chopping up Bikes there in the opener as the wall goes up, but Story still there to deliver another. He's now in the 1 versus 1 versus Pasta God. Does he know? Didn't spot him up top yet, but maybe right there. Oh, and there it is, Story with the triple for the opener. That's what you like to see. He's on his pocket pick, and he's off to a great start.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, after getting swamped the way they did in the last game, that's the kind of way you want to start a game too. Big picks onto Story. On his comfort pick now. Full SMGs for the whole squad, full armor. Let's see if they can run away with this the same way that Team Juicy, excuse me, ran away with the last match.
Yeah, this Yoru, I'm excited now. That's 3 to start. Let's see how he keeps it rolling. On the defense here, it's almost a full save. However, there is a shorty in the hands of Justin, and Juicy Sushi does have that scout there. So Justin immediately dying with the shorty, getting aggressive as you might expect. Unico getting another one onto Bikes, but there is still that scout available. Some cheeky bounces as Unico taking down Juicy at range despite the scoped weaponry. Triple kill to his name at this point.
And Not Wardell stuck all alone with just a classic against 5 members of the Pogi Gang. Will he be able to get anything done? Even just a chip in their economy would be a pretty big blow. But he gets spotted out here by Unico. He's going to get collapsed on. Does manage to take out Unico. Grabs the Spectre. Running away. Did that flash connect? No. Jamie and Calvin Wu managed to collapse onto Not Wardell and take him out. 2-0 now. Very, very strong start from the Pogi Gang.
And this is where it really starts, right? The full rifles coming out on the defense here. A couple people without the full armor, though, so a little bit vulnerable still. Now, it is a bit of a bonus round for the offense. You can see they have 5 SMGs. They're going into the rifles, so definitely not the peak economy in their hands, but they still have a good opportunity to get a round win here. And I like this. They're stacking up at A, play these close angles with the SMGs, fly out, get assertive with your 5 duelist comp, and see what you can get done. Unico putting down some pot shots, but he has to be careful against the rifles.
Sure he does. And Reina sliding in there. Unico manages to take down Juicy Sushi. Not Wardell trading out purple. Getting crushed on by Unico. Manages to take him out. And wow, what a cleanup by Wardell. And K. Jamie taking 2 kills with him as he goes down to the Pasta God. And Not Wardell takes the defuse. Very, very clean play from Pasta God and Not Wardell to clutch that one out. But still, 3 members going down, and they don't have a lot of economy to support more buys. This is going to be a tricky round for the defenders, even with that win.
Yeah, they absolutely need to string it together and get a second here, because otherwise they are going to be completely broke moving forward, and that is going to enable the offense to maybe snowball some rounds there. But really tense moments there. I felt like the offense, Pogi Gang, could have definitely had that round win, but a little bit greedy from Unico there, I think, with that Jet ultimate, trying to fly out of heaven and overwhelm the defenders. But the AR is just posted up there and ready to spray him down. Not Wardell getting a triple in that round, and now using the ultimate of his own, not having a rifle here, helping save some money as the attackers go to B.
Unico zips in, but unfortunately gets spotted out by Bikes and popped right in the head. Spike goes down, but they're in a 4v5 here as that drone is flying around looking for something. And they need to get a solid retake here in order to get this defuse and get a second round going. Purple
gets
down
one.
Austin. Not Wardell takes down Purple though in return, and Juicy Sushi pops Calvin Wu. And that's the round. That was very quick. A nice little 3-piece from Bikes in that round. And they're looking for the defuse. There it is. Juicy Sushi finds it eventually with just enough time left to get the defuse. Yeah, that's still going to be pretty rough on the economy of Team Juicy, but it's going to be just as rough, it looks like, onto the side of the Pogi Gang.
Yeah, and at this point, you're just happy to get the round win as the defenders, right? You've stopped the snowball. You're still in this match now. You have the economy to keep moving forward because the attackers don't really have too much available to them. You can see maybe a little bit of a half buy coming out for them, but nothing too significant. Great defense there, honestly. Just playing the angles very efficiently, very effectively, having a couple of guns to help out in the crossfires around those long angles of B. Good stuff, Ed. The defense, what more can you really ask for than that? As now looking for a push up middle is Unico, but doesn't get the opener. Bike sprays down 2. Calvin Wu responds, but immediately Pasta God has got another trade. Another 1-2 for himself, but K. Jamie now gets a pick and not able to get any more as Not Wardell comes through with the headshot. A nice little attempt with that half buy, but nothing ends up resulting of it.
No, unfortunate. Just a couple of picks, but it's not going to dent their economy too badly. But both teams now on full buys. We see full rifles and armor coming out. I think this will be our first truly even round of the match, or of the game so far. I would like to see the momentum continue from the Pogi Gang. I'd like to see them getting onto sites like they did those first couple rounds real quick, and it looks like they will be doing that fast A execute again. Will the defenders on Team Juicy be able to respond to it this time?
Unico posting up, looking for something here. The footsteps are probably audio to the 2 teams. As Unico gets one onto Not Wardell as an opener, but Juicy Sushi in a great position to pick up Unico. Not expected. The ultimate pop now gets one onto Calvin Wu, but it is just that body double of the Phoenix. Now able to go forward and find the finishing kill as Story looking for something to make happen, but Juicy Sushi is just causing havoc here. A triple kill onto Purple now. Still finessing. He's got the 4th onto K. Jamie, looking for the ace here in the round. Just completely shutting down this A site for the squad, not letting the Pogi Gang have anything as Story puts forth a shot. Oh, and now Juicy. He's hunting for blood. Sees the head, finessing forward as Story just creeps in the middle.
He's about to get collapsed on here. Bikes finds him. Story takes down Bikes, but Juicy Sushi with the ace manages to get that last headshot. And what a turnout. Wow. Juicy with the first ace of the match so far.
just the finesse king in that A area. Are you kidding me? Every single frag he's getting, he's zooming around the area, going invisible, dashing about, just being a total nuisance. And the attackers cannot pin him down, getting completely dismantled in the round there, playing the elevation to a crisp and clean perfection, just working these angles and finessing around the crates and lines of sight. What a championship play. Those are the kinds of moments that make this team so scary, that make them a contender in this tournament.
Ooh, potentially very nice wall there from Justin, but he gets taken out. Juicy with another 2 kills. He's on fire right now. Sliding away, needs to reload. He's only got 4 shots left. And not able to make anything else happen. Pasta God taking it down to a 1v2 for KJamie, and then taking him down as well. Oh no, are we seeing the runaway from the side of Team Juicy that we saw last game?
Starting to get pretty worrisome for the Pogi gang. At least as a consolation prize, you didn't have very much money there and still managed to get 3 kills in the round. So not too sad about that, but they're definitely in need of a round now. They are in a pretty precarious situation, 2-5. If they were to lose here, I think that this is the snowball, the straw that could break the camel's back. You still have a way into the game if you win this rifle round, but if you fall here, things start to get pretty drastic.
They certainly do, and we can see all 5 members once again posted up in the mid of the map, just trying to get some knowledge. Bikes with a nice Odin spray to take out Calvin Wu as he gets dropped to just 19 HP. He's going to have to be careful for the rest of the round. Unico drops Juicy Sushi as well with a nice little headshot. Trying to give himself a safe route out as Pasta God flanks them. Team Juicy now knows that they're all in mid, but will they be able to do anything about it? Unico and Purple take out Wardell and Justin, and it's now a 2v4. Scratch that, a 1v4. Unico with his 3rd pick of the round, and it's all on Bikes. With 79 HP. Scratch that, Bikes has 0 HP. He is gone, and that's a round for the Pogi gang. They're a little bit more competitive this time, and I like it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's nice to get that round there. Like I say, it's the snowball effect. If they were to lose there, it could start to be run away with by Juicy. They could just start to get completely out of hand. But getting that round means that you're still in it. If they can chain together here with 1, maybe 2 more, I can really see them getting back into this map. The question is, where do they go at this point? B site has been a bit of a coin flip back and forth, but similarly at A, you were just completely worked by Juicy Sushi a couple rounds ago, so I bet they're skeptical to move into that part of the map. It looks like they're just playing it low and slow around this middle B area, and Bikes is looking to get wild with this Odin, spraying through the smoke but not finding a thing. They might get the B site for free here.
They really might, as nobody seems to be defending it. They still think they're going towards A. Bikes with a nice wall bang through the box to take out KJamie as he plants the spike. But now they know where he is, and he does get dropped a little bit there. They've got to be careful on this offense. The wraparound is coming. Pasta God takes out Calvin Wu, and Justin takes out Story. That's it. Wow. Justin, Bikes, and Pasta God cleaning up that site. Just as the spike goes down, they're able to pick up everybody. And that will be the defuse. Unfortunately, not able to do much from the side of the Pogi gang there as they get run over on that retake.
And it looked so good for them on the opener, you know. They had completely beaten the defense there, had gotten into the B site basically scot-free, and were ready to plant the spike and play the 5 versus 5 post plant, a situation that you're always happy to find yourself in as the offense. But the wall bang from Bikes to get things started, putting on a masterclass with this Odin, really great opening pickup there, and then the gunfights just do not go the way of Pogi gang. It's something we've been seeing all throughout these 2 matches, is that the guns are hot on the side of the Juicy players. They have been landing their shots like nobody's business. As now the ASQ comes through, KJamie trades out the kill onto Not Wardell.
KJamie got wall banged by that Odin last round, and he said, you know what, I'll show you how to use an Odin. Takes down 1. Calvin Wu takes out Wardell right after the revive. That's the 2nd death of Wardell this round. Story sneaking in with that Yoru ultimate, trying to get into a better position. Will he be able to find anybody? He does just slide back into his team, not able to get any information. Bikes firing that Sova ult, not able to do much either. Story just pops Justin in the head, but gets traded out by Pasta God onto purple. Story is still creeping around here. 3v3. This is going to come down to who has better information. And unfortunately for Pogi Gang, Team Juicy has a Sova. Down to a 1v1 now between Bikes and Story. No! Story manages to sneak behind him with 4 picks that round. That's that Yoru sneakiness that only the best players can manage to pull off. Very well played by Story that whole round.
Oh, and just what a beast. The finesse king around this A site, giving Juicy Sushi's earlier round a run for the money, using the fake footsteps there in the 1v1 bomb plant scenario to just completely bait Bikes and get that flank kill. Gorgeous play out of Story, the kind of thing that is keeping his squad in it. Currently 11-6 on him, looking to continue running away with these rounds. A quad in the last. Let's see what he can do here as Unico pushes up into this middle tunnel.
Sage Wall will get sprayed down immediately, but again, that gives them information that lets them know where they are. Calvin Wu on a nice little flank. Didn't get spotted out and knows that the whole team of Team Juicy is pushing behind them. Calvin Wu managed to drop Wardell. A couple kills each.
Player standing.
And now, yeah, that was a nice little flank from the side of the Pogi Gang, managing to collapse as the defenders tried to get around behind them. 6-5 in the first half, not what we would have expected after seeing the first game, but here we are.
Yeah, definitely. Nice little position that Calvin Wu finds himself in. Gets the info that everyone has crossed over and posts up in that corner for more information. Eventually getting that final rotator coming from A. Got that pick there. Challenged on the other gunfights. Wasn't able to win it. But in that time, Unico and Story were popping off in those halls there. Kind of a crazy spot in the map to just find a huge 5v5 as a big float with the arrows, or not the arrows, the knives comes out from Unico. Doesn't end up getting any kills, but some chip damage onto not Wardell at the least, but Bikes getting a pick onto K. Jamie here with that Odin has been so impactful in this match so far for the wallbangs as Unico gets tagged down to just 10, no armor off of that play. Pasta God sneaking out of here, avoiding the utility effortlessly as Unico looking for something, but with no health is just worthless compared to Pasta God. But Story is here to respond. This is his site, showing what he's made of. Maybe going to be looking to use the ultimate as well. 13-6 with it available. This is the last round of the half, so certainly a time to use it as Juicy creeps out from heaven. What can he get done? Looking for something, anything, and he's going to find purple effortlessly. Juicy Sushi now taking out Calvin Wu, and now it's no longer a choice, but a requirement from Story to pop off, and he goes down. Juicy with the triple in the round, and a 7-5 half for the defenders.
7-5 is rough. As an attacker, you would have liked to make that 6-6, but obviously they are not out of this game yet. This is not unrecoverable by any means from the Pogi Gang.
Yeah, and I think now you have to look towards this pistol, right? You won the offensive pistol here. Oh, no, you didn't. Excuse me. What am I talking about? I have no idea. But the pistol round is going to be very crucial, and I think it's going to end up being this big fight around the A site, a situation where the early utility on the side of the Pogi Gang could be very useful. Those paint shells at a purple can cause a lot of damage. Calvin Wu with the molly, or maybe even a flash or two if he so desires. It looks like he has purchased that. He's got a ghost and maybe one flashbang in his kit. K. Jamie opting for that more combat focused loadout here along with Story as the attackers are posturing towards this B site. Only one player here in the jet, immediately falling off is Unico as the attackers come flying through. This is going to be a fast play, it looks like.
They know where Unico is. Using those jet dashes to try to get to safety, manages to drop Wardell with a nice little headshot. That's a very good early pick as the rest of his team is coming in. Juicy Sushi drops Story though. 4v4. K. Jamie sprays Bikes down. The nice little pick and manages to get to safety.
Oh, this is
Pasta God.
huge.
Pasta God on a big flank here. Drops Unico. grabs a little frenzy there and is in a very good position, but now they know where he is.
Last player standing.
And they will take him out. Jamie using his knowledge smartly there. Calvin Wu drops Justin to pick up the round for the Pogi gang. And that's their second pistol round of the game. They seem to have them on lockdown. They move into this very, very solid SMG round to hopefully even things up.
Yeah, and I was just talking about how the guns on Sushi have been so hot, and it's up to Pogi Gang to respond. Well, how about that for a response? Unico just completely overwhelmed there. I thought for sure dead to rights, but lands those crucial headshots onto, I believe it was Bikes, gets that initial pick, dashes out. Great plays out of Unico to just slow down the attackers, let the rotation come through, and it results in the pistol win. Now on the anti-eco, nothing but a ghost invested for the attackers as they're flying towards this A site.
Yeah, this is going to be trouble. And Story taking a lot of damage there, but everybody is getting shredded by those SMGs. As the last two members are left alive, Wardell takes out Unico, manages to make him run out of ammo at the very least. Whoa, Wardell with a 3-piece now, but not able to do much else as he only had 4 HP against 4 of them poking around that corner all at the same time. That little shotgun shell from the Classic managing to drop 2 with 1 shot though, and he's got to be happy about that even if they didn't take the round.
Yeah, cheeky little triple kill for himself in the anti-eco. Definitely something you're happy about because now he has so much charge on his ultimate here. He is at 5 out of 7, feeling pretty confident about that. Starting to get into this game, and it's the kind of thing that having that ultimate charge on Jet means you cannot invest a gun in a round because they can just come out with the knives, look for a kill, and scavenge a weapon at that point. Maybe that economy being saved is going to come into play here as the defense is getting pretty aggressive on this B side of the map, trying to overwhelm Bikes. He's spraying like crazy, but Story gets the kill, no problem. The trade-off is that now the spike is going down, or it's down in the garage. What am I talking about? Why is it over here?
What was Bikes doing all the way over there with the spike as all of the rest of his team was on A? Was this a big brain strategy that didn't work out, or was there some kind of miscommunication? I am confused. But we can see the 4 members of Team Juicy who are left alive sneaking over there trying to recover it, but it is stacked by members of the Pogi gang. Wardell manages to drop Calvin Wu, but Jamie is on a big flank. Drops 1 and gets traded out by Justin as Purple takes out Justin in return. And Unico and Story are going to be able to clean that up. That was, I'm not really sure what to say about that round. Bikes, interesting play from Bikes there.
I'll tell you what, he completely baited me there. I thought for sure, oh, you know, he's on the lurk. He's going to spot out all these defenders getting aggressive, and the spike is down at A, no problem. It's a post-plant situation, anyone's round. But no, ignore everything I'm saying because it's all wrong. The defenders managed to drop the spike so early. It ends up being a 5 versus 5 scrap in the attacker spawn out of nowhere. So great little pickup for the defenders there. And that is a complete demoralizing round, just like it is completely demoralizing for Unico to come out with a frag off the top rope, floating on up and dropping pasta god.
Yeah. Juicy Sushi getting some damage down, but Jamie is tougher than that. And we can see Wardell has got that Jet ultimate up. Not able to pick up Story there on that little peek. Gonna maybe try to give chase, but not quite enough. We can see Justin trying to sneak onto A site with that spike all by his lonesome, as the other members of the team just try to get some vision. And Bikes pushes onto B again by himself, maybe trying to get some bait going. And it looks like it's going to work as the other members of the team pushing onto A haven't been spotted yet. But Calvin Wu spots them out now, and he knows. But they know where he is as well. And Wardell has got that ultimate so ready and whiffs completely, but still manages to take out Calvin.
30 seconds
as
left.
Justin gets the spike down. 2v4 is going to be very tough, especially as they don't really have any guns to work with. They might be able to pull it off. Not Wardell running around trying to stay hidden, trying to wait for the right opportunity. Justin managing to pop a little headshot onto Story. Purple and K Jamie, though, are too tough to handle for just 2 members of Team Juicy as they go down, and the Pogi Gang has taken a fairly convincing lead.
Yeah, that was I mean, not a bad situation overall for Juicy, considering they didn't have much economy in that round, but loving the plays out of Pogi Gang here. It seems like the defenders have been completely revitalized. You're seeing Unico go for these confident peaks on that B side of the map, despite being the sole player there. I mean, if he dies in that 1v1 initially, it could be a completely different round, but completely feeling himself, going for the picks, finding those opportunities across the map means that he is just completely taking over that B side. And as a result, it feels like Juicy is so limited in terms of their options. They keep returning to this A site. They keep trying to make something happen in the middle of the map, but time after time, the aggression out of the defenders is punishing them.
It really is, and that's what you get when you have such an aggressive set of picks as they do. Just they are all damage, all go all the time, and it is clearly paying off when Team Juicy is unable to respond to it, which is, I suppose, the nature of a more balanced team comp. You can see them going for a heavy B stack here on the defense side, as luckily the attackers decide to stack A. Will they be able to get a free spike plant right off the bat? I'd rotate over and play it a little safer. Looks like that's what's going to happen. But 5 members bursting onto the A site right away. Pushing it up nice and slowly, trying to get some vision with that Sova drone. And it's a 3v5 on the site right now, but the other 2 members of the Pogi Gang are rotating over, and Wardell is in a dangerous position here. He's right in front of 5 of them. Justin getting the plant down. Behind that sage wall, keeping them safe from that side angle. Unico gonna try to hop over, but gonna get dropped. Lots of gunfire going down. 3v3 now, as 2 members of each team get popped, trying to fight over this spike. The shock darts going down in the right area, but not doing quite enough damage. Wardell, Calvin Wu, Story, and K Jamie. And Story, with his 3rd of the round, manages to pick it up, and the defuse will go down from K Jamie. Wow, what a convincing win from the side of the Pogi Gang, and what a game by Story. 20 and 10 right now. Very impressive from him.
He is really feeling it, and he's even got Unico backing him up, 19 and 13 behind him. On the other side, you have Juicy Sushi as the top scorer with 16 for himself. Nice attempt by the offense there. I thought that they maybe had the defenders beat. They were able to get into the site pretty effortlessly because of the late rotation, and as a result, the spike goes down. It's a post-plant situation, but the guns come out hot for Pogi Gang. They're playing well together. They're working the angles together, and that's absolutely what you need out of them. They need to be working as a squad, dealing with threats together, not letting someone like Juicy Sushi pop off and get an ace finessing around that area. So great stuff out of them as Story working in the smoke, trying to go through, but there's people all around him, and he gets the bad timing. Pasta God able to pick up that kill.
Just unfortunate that he didn't manage to check that right side as he went in, but we can see the rest of his team is, or excuse me, the attacking team is moving onto that A site, as unfortunately Unico is stuck on B on a late rotate. Just heading over now. Juicy Sushi drops K Jamie, not Wardell. Calvin takes out Calvin Wu as well. 2v5. This is going to have to be incredible from Unico and Purple if they want to make this round work.
Not a lot of opportunities to get into this here. The chokes are so tight that they have to work through. Maybe can find something as Purple as he gets one, but Pasta God trades it out, and Juicy with just the cheeky little head angle off of that. I don't even know what I would call that thing, a little truck almost, it looks like. Just peeking over that ice wall, gets the headshot angle and able to trade it out. So a nice round out of the attackers, finally getting something going in this half. Actually, their only round on offense. A bit of a stinker of a match for Justin, sitting at 4 and 14 here. The second lowest on the squad being Bikes with 13 and 14, so definitely not what you want to see here. If that gun starts to heat up from Justin, this half could completely turn on its head, as the economy of the defense is whack here. They have bad guns.
They do, but Juicy manages to drop Unico with a nice little headshot, and Justin does the same to Story. That's what you like to see early in the round, making it immediately a 3v5, excuse me, as all 5 members of the attackers slide on over to B. And it looks like they're just falling back to more defensive positions, trying to get some information rather than sitting on the site and getting traded out. Probably the best thing you can do in a situation like this. But all of that utility is coming out, and this is going to be a tricky retake for the Pogi gang. As Jamie gets a little bit of damage done, and Bikes pops Calvin Wu. Purple, though, manages to trade out Bikes and grabs himself a Vandal, which is going to be very helpful. Although he's not got a lot of health left to work with. He's only sitting at 30. They're going to have to get onto this spike fast, but there's 4 members left to contend with. Jamie trying to get that suppression out. Purple doing what he can with the little HP he has, but not Wardell. Takes out Jamie. Purple through the smoke manages to get a clean headshot onto Wardell before getting traded out by Pasta God. That's about, when you got 30 HP and a Spectre, that's, I think, the best you can hope for at the end of the round.
Definitely, especially with those long lines of sight on the B area. I actually really like that rotation there out of Juicy. It was a very smart move. Getting those first couple kills and acknowledging, okay, the defenders are on low economy. They're not likely to have rifles. Kind of a cobbled together purchase here. Maybe some SMGs or pistols. So they make the rotation to B, a site with so many long angles, with so many open areas you can't wall off unless you have stacked utility. So great little play there out of Juicy to punish on the map and get some early pickups. Now the ultimate comes out from Bikes, trying to punish Unico after the dart lands. They get a bit of damage, but nothing more. Unico able to back out here, 70 health, no armor, and the B site now being in control of the attackers, but the rotation is definitely here. All 4, now 5 defenders stacking up. Number 7 there being hesitant, going back to middle in case of the rotation back, but the defenders are all over this. Look at how they're matching them across the map, but Juicy Sushi is aware, and he gets the pickup on a Unico, one of those top performers for Pogi Gang.
Yep, and we can see Not Wardell is already on the site, moving in fast like Jet always does. We've still got 6 ultimates ready this round, so Juicy Sushi manages to drop Jamie. Ooh, we'll get Story as well, or Calvin Wu as well, before Story trades him out. Ray's ultimate from Purple into a headshot onto Pasta God. Beautiful. And it's now a 2v2. Purple and Story versus Bikes and Justin. We'll take it. Bikes manages to spot out Purple. And a little crossfire catches out Story to even things up in this game. This has been very back and forth, and I like it.
Oh, and I thought that the defenders, Pogi Gang, had it there. It looks like they were aware of the positioning of, I think it was Justin or maybe Bikes, but one of those players in those upper areas. You saw Purple ping the little half wall in front of him as he went over, maybe thinking that there was a player on that side, but he just doesn't peek the corner deep enough, and as a result gets a bit of a freebie from the attackers there. So nice attempt. I thought it was really going to swing after that clutch raise ult into headshot from Purple, but just isn't enough. The attackers get a third in a row, and now you see the defense on a crippled buy here. Just a couple SMGs in their hands, and with the B site being on the cards, it's not looking likely as a round win.
No, that operator especially is going to be hard to deal with all those long sight lines, as well as 4 ultimates on the side of Team Juicy, ready to be used whenever and wherever they want. And we can see a very slow rotation coming in. They weren't sure to commit to it, but they are now. And will they try to move in? Who's going to make the first move here? It's a nice little chess match we've got going on. We can see the attackers all really stacked up on that crate as that Sage Wall blocks them off. But Wardell is going to get spotted out, and that's going to be bad for him. He's going to try to dash out of there, but going to get dropped. Justin, though, taking down 2.
One enemy remaining.
Juicy manages to drop another as Justin gets his 3rd of the round. Calvin Wu left all alone, gets dropped by Pasta God, and the attackers take that round very convincingly.
And at the start there, it looked like Calvin Wu was sticking the defuse on the spike, and I actually liked that play. I wish that Pogi Gang would have run with it a little bit more. If they had played for just the zone control, you know, getting aggressive, you know, giving some shoulders to the offensive side there, I think Juicy would have really struggled to get him off of the defuse there, but instead they just get a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too greedy in their peaks on the side of Pogi Gang, and as a result, they lose their gunfights against the superior weaponry of the rifles, and as a result, it is a round loss against them. Now, again, we see a bit of a slower default, maybe looking like an A execute is on the cards here. Calvin Wu prepping this flashbang. He has been overwhelmed here time after time. I'm hoping to see a couple pickups for him in this round as the slow comes out from Justin. Will it be a commit or just baiting utility?
And the defenders really need this round. If you look at their economy, they are in shambles. I don't think they have much of a hope of closing out the final round. If the attackers manage to take this one, they really need this to stay in the game and in the match. Very, very slow play on all fronts. Nobody wants to surrender any advantage they might have. But Story drops Pasta God to give the defenders a good little 4v5 now. And we can see there's two members all alone on that back of A site. The other two rotate over to B and drop Unico. Will that signal the whole team to move over to B? It looks like it. And it looks like the defenders know that as well, as they're on their way over. 30 seconds left. Will either team be able to make something happen here? Bikes pops Calvin Wu, but Juicy is on a big rotate and drops Purple and K Jamie. It's all on Story to save this round and potentially the game for his team. Opening up that sightline and dropping Bikes. He does still have a chance, but no, he does not. I spoke too soon. Juicy drops him with a nice little headshot. And this is going to be very, very hard with their limited economy. I will be very impressed if they manage to take this round away.
Oh, and it's those Unico aggressive picks that we highlighted earlier coming back to bite him. I mentioned that, you know, he is the only player at this B side of the map. If one of these aggressive peaks doesn't pan out, if this aggressive information gathering doesn't go his way, it could be extremely punishing, and in that round it is. Losing that duel to Bikes, gets caught out, and as a result the rotation is available for the defenders. The attackers, they dismantled the defenders as Justin dismantles Unico here with a wallbang headshot. Calvin Wu tries to respond with some aggression as the nades come in on Justin, and it's a kill. Purple finds that, and now the attackers at the back of the A site near their spawn looking to make something happen as they begin the rotation over to B. There's no defenders at B, but Calvin Wu with a godly peek on the pass to God gets another pickup. Those rifles are probably unrecoverable. At least one of them. Purple has the other, and that means that it's likely to be a spike plant for free on B with the defenders looking for the post plant.
Yes, they are, and Wardell still posted up towards that attacker spawn, looking for someone to come through that way, but we can see them all running through mid, all four members of the Pogi Gang. They're going to get to spike uncontested, it looks like. Story with that Yoru ultimate is looking for information, does spot out Wardell, pops out right below him, and unfortunately doesn't manage to get the pick as Wardell sprays down him and Purple, but Purple manages to trade him out with that little explodey drone. Bikes sending out that ultimate, gonna keep them off of the spike for now at least. Will it be enough time to stop the defuse? That's all they need to do, and they do manage to stop it. Bikes takes down both members, and Team Juicy takes the